Good morning to one and all. It is my honor to welcome you all in this beautiful day. I, Dakshata K. Gowd of 2nd BCA, will be your host for today's webinar, E-Resources for Excellence in Academics. As we all know, from the past 1 year, we all are learning in the online mode. In this pandemic situation, e-resources are playing an important role. E-resources have a prominent role to play in important role. E-resources have higher education and in fulfilling educational objectives. E-resources are a rich source of information for those students who want extra learning materials in addition to their classroom activities. So, I hope all the students of today's webinar will utilize this wonderful opportunity. Any work well begun is completed well. So, now I call upon Shweta of 1st BCA to seek blessings of the Almighty God through invocation song.
ಹೂವಲ್ಲಿ ಜೇನು ಗುಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟದೇನು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನು ಅಡಿ ಮುಟ್ಟದೇನು ಆ ದೈವದಾಜ್ಞೇನೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ನಾಳೆಗಳ ದಾರಿಯಲಿ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯ ನೆಲೆಯಾಗಿರಿಸು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸು ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಾವಾಡೋ ಪದ ಪದದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಂಚರಿಸು ಹೂವಲ್ಲಿ ಜೇನು ಗುಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟದೇನು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನು ಅಡಿ ಮುಟ್ಟದೇನು ಆ ದೈವದಾಜ್ಞೇನೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ
Thank you very much, my dear, for chanting a melodious song. Now I call upon Reshma Banu of 2nd BCA to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. I am Reshma Banu from 2nd year BCA, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this event. I would like to welcome Chief Guest for the day, Mr. Nagesh Sir. Sir is a librarian and a nodal officer in library and massive open online course MOOCs at Directorate of Collegiate Education. In his busy schedule, Sir has accepted to deliver a special lecture to all of us. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, to this webinar on behalf of students and staff of Government First Grade College, Vijayanagar, Bangalore. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I welcome our respected principal, Dr. Chandrasekhara, sir, who always gives guidance and support to all our academic activities. I welcome you, sir. And I now welcome our NAC coordinator, Dr. Shubha Ma'am, HOD of Department of Botany, who motivates the staff and students to excel in academic activities. I welcome you, ma'am. And I would now like to welcome the staff and student of Computer Science Department and faculty of Department of Library who have organized the conference. I now welcome all the teaching staff and last but not the least, I'm happy to welcome all the participants who have joined this event. I welcome you all. Once again, I welcome you all on behalf of Government First Grade College, Vijayanagar, Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you, Reshma Banu. Now, I call upon Sufia Sultana of 2nd BCA to introduce today's chief guest, Mr. Nagesh R.
Good morning to one and all present here. It is an honor for me, Sufia Sultana from 2nd year BCA, to introduce the chief guest of the national webinar. Mr. Nagesh R is a nodal officer for library and massive open online course MOOCs, a Department of Collegiate Education and librarian in Government First Grade College, Doddabalapur, Bangalore Rural District, Government of Karnataka. He holds a master's degree in library and information science from Bangalore University and MPhil degree. He has completed postgraduate diploma in computer applications from National Institute of Information Technology, Bangalore. He also holds a certificate in career counseling and guidance from the Martin Luther Christian University, Shillong, Meghalaya. He has got UGC NET to his credit. He has wide-ranging experience in knowledge management in educational institutions, scientific industries, corporate companies, and research organizations. Nagesh Sir's motivation to be a professional is, I quote it as, to make the correct information available at the right time in an appropriate package. In 2013, Sir got Vocational Excellence Award from the Bangalore Rotary Club for his outstanding contribution to career counseling and guidance. He also got Best Teacher Award from Government First Grade College, Doddabalapur for outstanding contribution in academic activities and NAC process in 2018-19. He has authored books 1. Handbook of Career Information, Indian Context in both English and Kannada, and worked as Chief Editor for National Conference Proceedings. He has participated as a resource person in a live panel discussion in Udaya TV on 4th and 5th July 2015. The topic were, number 1, after SSLC and PUC, what next? Number 2, IAS, KAS and banking examinations. He has published many research articles in national and international journals. He has delivered over 100 special lectures on career counseling and library resources. At present, Sir is pursuing his PhD in library and information science from University of Mysore. We are looking forward for your talk, sir. Thank you.
I consider it a great honor to welcome chief guest, Mr. Nagesh R, to deliver the lecture. Please, sir.
Thank you for the nice introduction about me to this session. And I would like to thank the principal, Dr. B. Chandrasekhar sir, Government First Grade College, Vijayanagar, and organizing secretary, Shambhu Gowda HC, librarian, Department of Library and Information Center, and Nazia Asan B, assistant professor and HOD of computer science, and also webinar coordinator, Dr. Shubha, assistant professor and HOD Department of Botany, and also IQAC coordinator. May I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And webinar conveners, Meenakshi T, assistant professor of computer science. and Parimada, MP, librarian, and Chetan Kumar, yeah, librarian. And I would like to congratulate all of you for hosting a national level webinar on e-resource for excellence in academics. Once again, I would like to say good morning, all of you. As you know that higher education is meant for self-learning, but many students are depending on their teachers because higher education, as I told that, it is meant for self-learning. Teachers are here to guide you, not teach you. So in these words, I would like to welcome all the students of Government First State College Vijayanagar and also participants from different parts of the state. As you know that e-resource plays very important role in education system. And we all are experienced that during this COVID-19 pandemic, how e-resources played important role in our education system, including attending online classes. You all are experienced attending online classes through Zoom, some other social medias that from last 8 to 10 months, all of you are experienced well in attending online classes, reading digital content, that means e-content available in different platforms of internet and World Wide Web. So in this session, I'm mainly focusing on what kind of e-resources are available at undergraduate level and also postgraduate level to enhance our excellence in academics. So I would like to share PPT. Is it visible? Hello, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And request all of you to mute your audio and also turn off your video. At any questions between the session, please chat in the chat box, and that questions will be addressed at the end of the session. Dear students, e-resources in 21st century playing very important role in education system. Nowadays, there are many platforms for online learning. There are many online courses also nowadays hosting in various platforms at the national and international level. See, many of you, what you will do in the classroom, you will listen to the class and you will make a notes in the classroom, and you will borrow the books from the library, and you will get prepared for facing the examination. At the same time, how many of you are making notes by reading books, by seeing e-content in various platforms? It's very less, because since there are so many resources available in electronic format, still many students are totally depending on classrooms. It's good, but as I said, higher education is meant for self-learning. How many of you are, before going to the classrooms, reading the content of particular day? So it's very, very important. Before going to the classroom, if you go through the timetable, if you prepare yourself by seeing so many sources, that will give more weightage to your knowledge. So there are many publishers who are publishing content in digital format. Very simple. E-resource means the content which is available in digital format or electronic format. What you are seeing in books, that is printed materials. And if that information is available in digital format or electronic format, that is called digital information or e-resources. You can see the any book, in that there is a publisher. If you take Financial Accounting by Anil Kumar, that publisher is Himalaya Publishing House, Bangalore. In the same way, there are so many e-content which is being published by publishers like Springer, Hammerland, Elsewhere, Sage Publishing, Ebasco, Taylor and Francis, William Blackwell, Cambridge University. These are the major publishers are publishing the content in electronic format. Nowadays, if you go to Google, you will find digital content. If you go to social media, you'll go to videos, YouTubes, you all find electronic content in different ways, like with audio and video, with animation, with the diagrams, with the charts, with the pie charts. This is a digital content have a lot of advantages with the different formats, audio, video, animations like that. It's also some content in electronic format. It is interactive content. So there is a background music, animations like that. So in this session, mainly, I'm going to tell you that for your syllabus, what kind of electronic resources are available and it can be accessible for your academic growth. See, in 21st century, we all know that ICT, information and communication technology, made a lot of changes in our reading and learning activities. In like 30 years back, all were depending only on printed materials. That means books, magazines like that. But nowadays, the content is available in various formats. So one of the important and the crucial format is digital content or electronic content. The development in IT have changed in the global scenario. Wherever you can see, look at the social media, with what kind of the information is disseminating nowadays, because ICT made flexible in disseminating on informations. Within a second, you can disseminate the information with lakhs together viewers or audience. So that is we can see the developments of information and communication technology. Higher education today is changing from a campus-based education to the application of IT, internet-based virtual education. As I said, from last 10 months, we are all experienced about the online classes. That means from campus-based education to the online classes. So many of our other students attended the online classes and also appeared the final year examinations. So this kind of virtual classes place not only in India, it's taking place in all over the world. So online classes are virtual classes, and many students are depending on digital content which is available in platforms of online. The each and every aspects of human society has been affected by IT, gives many new opportunities and challenges for all of us. As you know, that information technology nowadays playing major role in education system. Not only in education system, it is playing very important role in all the sections of human life, including our education system. And it made a lot of opportunities and challenges for the learner to learn the many things through the online platforms. E-resource have facilitated the fastest access in the process of teaching, learning, and research. See, these e-resources not only for the teaching and learning, it also made a lot of changes in research activities, because higher education is equally have given the weightage for academic and as well as research activities. So in this way, the slide is not moving. Yeah. Definition. So what is e-resources? In a simple way, as I told, the content, if it is available in book format, that is print format, that is physical information. If the same information is available in digital format, then that is digital content or electronic format, that is e-resources, electronic resources. It is on digital publication of e-books, e-journals, e-conferences proceedings, e-theses and dissertations, e-databases, newspapers, e-reference resources. As you know that in your mobile, just you click on some type of newspaper, you will get entire today's newspaper of even local language newspapers also available in digital format. Even national level newspapers also available in digital format. Nowadays, even all magazines and most of us newspapers are available in digital format that you can be accessed through your mobile itself. See, there are some features of e-resources. As I said, it is very flexible in disseminating of information. It is constantly, we can download anywhere at any time. If you have internet connection in your mobile, you can download a lot of books, a lot of journals, articles, or reports in your mobile. So it can be downloaded at any time into 24/7. So there is no time limit for downloading the e-content or electronic informations. So that is a flexible we have got to the development of ICT, information and communication technology. It can be taken anywhere on portable computer. If you have tablet or laptops, you can carry the e-content anywhere. So that kind of flexible is available through the development of ICT. It provides facility to hold and turn pages easily. See, if you borrow book from the library, if that book contains more than 1,000 pages, you have to see the content through the content. So you have to turn the pages physically. But the same facility, if you look at the e-books, even if you more than 1,000 pages, directly you can go to the particular page by searching the page number. And also the physically disabled user can also hear audible e-resources. See, if you take physical book, if any blind person or some physically disabled person, it's very difficult to read the content. Because nowadays, with this digital content have many features with audio and video. Just plug into audio facilities to that particular content of the ebooks, that it can be by line, it will read. So this kind of digital content have a lot of facilities or features. Even physically disabled users can also hear that content. Some of e-resources are interactive e-resources, have background music and animations. So this is one of the features you can see in digital content. You can, when you are playing some content in electronic format, it has animations and background music. So you won't get bored while reading the content. So this kind of facility is available in digital content. And e-resource do not require bindery and repair. See, when you see the books in physical format in your library, so sometimes the cover page is teared, or middle of the pages will be teared, or by using many here, the book get damaged. But that kind of damages won't get happen in digital content, because the digital content is saved in servers, so it won't get damaged. So this is the future you can see in digital content, digital information. And type of e-resources, any information resources that can be accessed electronically: electronic journals, scholarly databases, electronic books, internet gateways and search engines, electronic newspapers, CD-ROMs, databases. So we can see e-content in different forms, like journals, databases, books. Whatever books you are seeing in the library, the same books, if it is national level books, it is available in digital format. So I will explain you one by one: what is journal, what is database, what is books, what is search engines, what is CD-ROMs and databases. We'll go one by one. E-journals. This is the primary data, because all the research takes place, it will be published in articles format, that is published in journals. Because in higher education, these kind of resources plays very important role, because these all updated informations. E-journals are referred as electronic publishing, electronic serials, online journals, and electronic periodicals. Any journal that is available in digital format, that is called e-journals. If you go to your library, so you can see many physical journals, like International Journal of Financial Management and EPWO, Weekly Political Economic Science. So this kind of journals are available in library. The same kind of physical content is also available in digital format through many various databases. And why we use e-journals? Because why we want to use the e-journals? As I said, these are updated resources. So if some students or some faculties doing research in particular area, they're going to publish the articles in different platforms. That articles is comes under journals, because in journals, articles will be published. That articles is hosted in online. So students can access the journals. If particular in economics or physics or chemistry or mathematics, even subject-wise, we can search the journals. It is available in various platforms. I will tell you what are the platforms we can access the e-journals. And extra features: search facilities, links to other database, supplementary information, access to wider range of material. See, when you are writing assignments for your subjects, like maybe science or commerce or science, arts, commerce, like that. So you at the end of the paper, you're going to write the bibliography, the reference. So that is called what are the resources you referred while writing the assignment. And each assignment, there will be a bibliography at the end of the paper. That means what are the sources you have referred while writing the assignment. Electronic journals format. Full text, sometimes the old articles will be available as open text. You can download the entire article. Some of the articles, partial full text only, so like abstract will be available. And if you want to download entire article, so you need to pay for it. And some articles have content, table of content and abstracts only. So here you can see full text articles or partial full text articles and only abstract. But I will tell you so how to even download the articles which only available as abstract. And as you know that EnList is one of the national level database. It is taken initiative by Minister of Human Resource Development under NME ICT. It is funded by UGC, University Grant Commission, and it is also a mandatory database for the NAC accreditation in any college, because the EnList gives more than 6,000 e-journals and 31 lakhs e-books. You can see if you want to subscribe any one journal for a year, you need to pay minimum 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. But in these databases, as I said, 6,000 journals are available and 31 lakhs e-books are available. And your institution also got a subscription of this database. So in this database, it covers all the subjects of the journals at a national and international level. So UGC is spending crores together to buy these journals and ebooks in backend platforms, and this resources giving to the colleges with minimum nominal fee. Just it is providing for 5,900 rupees. Just for paying 5,900 rupees for any college, getting more than 6,000 journals and 31 lakhs ebooks. So I will tell you how to access the data through this EnList. If you go to Google, I think all of you got user ID and password from your library to how to access EnList. Just go to Google, type EnList, go to home page. Okay. I will give small demo. Here you can see search ebooks and e-journals. Just I will type, say, financial accounting. Go to search box, type whatever information you want to search. See, now I entered just financial accounting. There are so many books which are available in this platform. So you can download entire book, because this already user ID and the password you got through your college. The EnList, it is subscribing by your college. So this user ID and password I got from your college only. Just I entered into this database and just I typed the financial accounting. So in financial accounting, there are many, see here 471 books are available in financial accounting. Financial accounting. So you can see by, because here I searched by title wise. If you want to see content in financial accounting, just click on it. So it gives all informations, author name, publisher name, and everything. So just here, open access, click on view. So in this way, you can download many books through this EnList. I got login. This user ID and password from your college only. Okay, so here financial accounting, Jan Stittle and Robert Waring. So like this, down here you can download the entire book, or before downloading you can go to download PDF chapters. So chapter wise chapter also you can download the books through the EnList. So whatever the syllabus you have got from Bangalore University, for entire syllabus you can get the content in this database or EnList. So here Introduction to Financial Accounting. Just you click on here, you can download, click on download PDF. So entire, see, ready to download. So it got download, see. In this way, you can download entire book. Even the Indian authors books also available in this database. See, the Introduction to Financial Accounting. So it has 12 pages. So like this chapter wise chapter also you can download. And this kind of content is available in all the subjects, not only in commerce. You can go to economics, political science, history, chemistry, zoology, botany. So like this, you can find the informations in these platforms by searching your subject or title or author. So in this way, you can download the content which is available for in these platforms as per your syllabus. As I said, in financial accounting,
Sir, I kindly request you to unmute the mic, sir.
okay. Is it audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So when you go to Google, type Enlist, you'll get these menus. Click on login, members login. I hope all of you got login IDs from your college. Click on login and see, because I got the login, that's why it's showing the content of these databases. E-journals, full text, and e-books. So these are the journals Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So I'll go to PPT. The same way in English, you can search for even articles also. As I showed, you can search the books for your subject. The same way, you can also search for articles. So as I said, there are 6,000 journals are available in English and 31 lakh ebooks are available. And some of the articles are available as full text and some of the articles available as only the partial download. And see, in ebooks, you can download entire book. See, in this English, there are many publishers at national and international level. So American Institute of Physics, American Physical Society, Annual Reviews, Cambridge University Press, Indian journals like this. There are many publishers who are available in English. So based on your syllabus requirement or as per your requirement, you can download the content in this database. So this is, I showed how to log in English. Just go to Google and just type English and it will ask for user ID and password and type user ID and password. So you can get into login into this database and based on your requirement, you can get the content. And one more database which is available as open access. Open access means you no need to pay. So just you can go to this database and type the keywords. You will download the entire content. This DOS, Directory of Open Access Journals. This open access database, it provides 9,495 journals and it covers more than 128 countries. So in this database, you will find whatever the content you want, you need it. So this database also open access. So no need to subscribe or no need to pay. So entire database is available as a free of access. And the Google Scholar, it is one of the important databases because all of you know that, so how to search content in Google. But nowadays the Google is providing facilities for different platforms like Google's Translate, Google Books, Google Scholar. Instead of searching data in Google, type Google Scholar in Google. So it will take you to Google Scholar. In Google Scholar, you will find all research articles. As I said, it is open access. For downloading articles, you no need to pay. Just go to Google Scholar, type the content, and you will get entire article. So in this Google Scholar, there are many national and international level articles are available. So you can easily download, you can download it. So Google Scholar is one of the database. It provides a primary source. And this is SciUp. See, this is another database. So in some of the articles, you can't download entire articles. Each article has DOI, Digital Object Identifier. Just you copy the DOI and paste it in SciUp, the entire article will be downloaded. So no need to pay for subscribing or downloading the article. This is one of the future. The SciUp is open source. Whatever articles you are finding with the DOI, Digital Object Identifier, you can download the entire article. But Google Scholar gives the comprehensive information as per your requirements. As I said, it is open access. Whatever article, whatever data you want to download, you can download easily in Google Scholar. And ebooks, as I said, if content is available in digital format, in the book format, so that is called ebooks. The Google Book is one of the future. Just go to Google Books and type whatever content you want. You can see the entire content in digital format, but you can't download it, but you can read it. So I will show you how to search content in Google Books. Go to Google, type Google Books. So under Google Books, type something as per your requirement. So I will type organic chemistry. So you will find n number of books. So organic chemistry, structure and mechanical synthesis. Just to click on these books. So you can see the whole book in digital format. See, entire book is coming. Organic Chemistry, Structure, Mechanism, and Synthesis. Robert Collett and David Ron. See, whole book is coming here. Chapter 1, you can search by chapter wise also. But in digital, in Google Books, you can read the content, but you can't download it. So this is another disadvantage in Google Books, but entire book you can read it. In Enlist, we can download the books because you have got user and password from your college. But in Google Books, entire book you can see it and you can read it. See, it all as same in physical format. Entire book is available in digital format also. The entire book is available with color pages and all animations like this. So you can read the content. Whatever subject you type, you will get books in Google Books. See, like this. But you can't download it. You can just read by content, line by line, page by page like this. Entire book is available for the reading. So like this. The same way, when you can search in other book, other readers, so say Indian Constitution. Go back. So instead of organic chemistry, I'll type financial management. See. Financial Management by Anil Kumar. Just click on here. So you can read entire book, but you can't download it. The same way, Fundamentals of Financial Management, one more book by Indian author in Google Books. You will find many Indian authors' books in Google Books. See, Financial Management by D. Chandra Bose. The entire book is getting downloading. See, so you can see the content, chapter 1 up to chapter 28. You can read entire book, but you can't download it. So you can read it. By this way, you can enhance your academic skills. That's what the title of this conference, E-Resource for Excellence in Academics. By reading all these books, you can enhance your excellence in academics. Instead of just depending on your syllabus-oriented books in your library, apart from that books, you can refer so many reference books and articles in different platforms available in this World Wide Web. You can enhance your knowledge by reading these books. So you need to enhance your reading capacities nowadays. Many students are nowadays only stick on to their syllabus-oriented books. Apart from that, you have to read reference books. Then only you can get depth information about the content. See, the prescribed books, what you will find as per your syllabus is like a notes. Just that is only for appearing for the examinations or the pass the examinations. But apart from that, you want to compete in this competition world means you have to read reference books with the different authors, with different national level and international level authors. You have to go through this kind of books and you can enhance your knowledge. See, you're coming to the college for not for achieving. So you are coming to the college for building your capacity to achieve something in the future. That's what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said. No one should go to the college for doing achievement, but everyone should go to the college to build the capacity to achieve something in the future. So you are coming to the colleges for building your capacity, so enhancing your capacity. After building your capacity or your enhancement, then only you can do some achievements after graduation. So in that way, you have to read these reference books or articles in different platforms. So I showed how to access ebooks in Google Books. The same way, there are different platforms. Now we'll go to PPT. So now I showed how to access ebooks in Google Books. So there is one more database, open access, that is called DOBE, Directory of Open Access Book. For journals, for ebooks, we have seen ENLIST, and open database for e-journals, we have seen those, Directory of Open Access Journals. And for ebooks, we have gone through Google Books, and another database for ebooks that is called Directory of Open Access Books. This is also open access, so no need to pay for getting into login or downloading the books. So in this Directory of Open Access Books, you can download n number of books in your subjects. I showed Google Books, how to download the book, and e-thesis and dissertations. So these kind of resources you will find after entering into the master degree for higher education. So this is just, I'm giving the what are the databases are available for e-thesis and dissertation. As you know, the thesis means this all PhD at post-graduation projects will be available in these databases. Shodhganga. So all theses are available in the Shodhganga. Whatever the research takes place in universities, and all the completed research works are available in these databases. And this is international level thesis and dissertations database, NDLTD, Network Digital Library of Thesis and Dissertations. And EPG Pathshala, this is one of the important projects by INFLIBNET, Information and Library Network, and initiated by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development. So in this EPG Pathshala, you can find 77 subjects at post-graduation level, high quality curriculum-based content, interactive content in different subjects executed by the UGC INFLIBNET. So in this EPG Pathshala, what they have done is that they have collected all the syllabus from different universities in India, and they found the common syllabus of all PG-based syllabus, and they have developed e-content for 77 subjects. So all post-graduation students, even UG students can also go to this EPG Pathshala, and they can find the content in different formats. E-text is available, audio, video, or information is available, and multimedia content is available. I will show you how to search information in EPG Pathshala. Just go to Google. Type EPG Pathshala. This is also open access. Just you go to EPG Pathshala. There you will find Students Corner. See, Student Corner. Click on Student Corner. By clicking Student Corner, you will find subjects. As I said, there are 77 subjects are available. These all subjects are organized alphabetical wise. So I will show you how to search information. So if you take commerce, click on commerce. In commerce, there are 469 subjects are available, modules are available. So here, I'll go back again. So these are the subjects, as I said, at post-graduation level. Even UG students can also get information in this database. Just click on commerce. So here you can see paper and module. Here you can see two searching tabs. The paper, these are the core papers in commerce. Core papers, there are 16 core papers in commerce at EPG Pathshala. Just I'm clicking on business environment. Click or you can say human resource management. Under human resource management, there are 35 modules are available. Just click on human resource management. As I said, there are 35 modules are available under human resource management. Now I selected as human resource management as core paper in commerce. So there are 16 core papers in commerce, and each paper has many modules. So here human resource management has 35 modules. Modules is nothing but you can say chapters. So under human resource management, there are 35 modules. You can see the number of modules here. Module number one is nature, concepts and functions of HRM, themes and the controversials in management, role of HR managers. Just click on role of HR manager. So here you can see 3 tabs. One is e-text, learn more, self-learning. In commerce, we clicked on human resource management as a paper. Under this paper, we selected module as a role of HR manager. So now, if you click on e-text, you will get PDF information about role of HR manager. Just click on e-text, it will get download. See, it will come. Learn more means it gives further information about this role of HR manager. If you click on self-learning, you will get audio video content. See, this is information about role of HR manager under this EPG Pathshala. So you can see learn more, you can see self-learning. And by seeing this kind of content, so as I said, higher education is meant for self-learning. You can go through these videos and you can learn about the content which is relevant to your subjects. Just I will drag it. So this content is available for 35 minutes. So like this, you can search the information in this database. As I said, there are 77 subjects available in this database. See, this kind of content is available, charts, diagrams, PPTs. So under human resource management, we clicked on the role of HR manager. Under role of HR manager, so we can see the video. If you click on learn more, you will find further sources and role of HR manager. I will select another module. Now click on say international business. International business has 35 modules. See, economics of trade under international business. So now content is getting download. Under international business, we have selected economics of trade. So now the entire content is downloaded. Can you see the content which is downloaded? May I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, okay. Can you see the PDF document here?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, okay. So like this, you can download the content in EPG Pathshala. So you can go through this e-text, or if you want audio visual, you can click on self-learning. So you can click on self-learning, you can see the videos with all animated and diagrams and with the PPTs document. So like this, you can search the content in EPG Pathshala. So again, I will go to PPT. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So we have gone through the EPG Pathshala. It is very one of the good database which is developed by InfluBnet through MHR. This one, the funding agency of this EPG Pathshala is MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development. As I said, there are 77 subjects are available in this EPG Pathshala, and this is very good database for the learners. Even students of UG and PG students can get entire the content as per their syllabus. This is open access, though this is not a paid database. Anyone can access this database. And there are so many consortia. Consortia is linked kind of cooperations among libraries which come together to share e-resources. See, National Digital Library of India is one of the good database. We can see the content in different forms. National Digital Library of India. So you can go to Google, type National Digital Library of India. You will find n number of e-resources for even books, journals, reports, and all kind of the resources are available in this National Digital Library of India. This is also open access. Just to go to the Google, just type National Digital Library. You will find the content as per your requirement. And e-reports. So as you know that, say, once in a 10 years in India is taking a census reports. If you go to Census of India, so you can find demographic reports and socio-economic reports and this migration reports. So there are n number of reports are available in Census of India. This is also open access. Anybody can download the reports from, this is a Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. So you can find n number of reports as per your requirement. If some students are studying in social science, they are as per their sociology, economics, and they can find n number of reports in this Census of India. So just go to Census of India and type Census Digital Library, and the Census Digital Library. So you can find the many reports. So we have gone through e-journals, e-books, e-thesis, and now you are talking about e-reports. So this for e-reports in India, we can go to Census of India. You will find many reports as per your requirements. And here, and one more database in India, you can get reports, that India Stat. So in India, so this is also open access in some of the content which is paid in this database, but you can find many reports as open access. Here you can see when you're going to India Stat, you can see two under left right of the corner of this home page, India and what? This is the population. This is November 2019. Just you go to India Stat, so you can see the population in India and the population in world. Every second it is getting uploaded in this database. This is one of the good database we can get e-reports. India Stat and Facts. And e-Gnankosh, a national digital depository. This is a database by National Open University of Indira Gandhi National University. So in this Gnankosh, you will find many audio, video clippings. N number of online classes or online videos are available in this e-Gnankosh. Is one of the big database in India. So whatever the content you see in your syllabus, just go to e-Gnankosh, type the keywords, you will find n number of videos in this e-Gnankosh. And we have gone through e-journals, e-books, theses, reports, and now we're talking about online classes, online courses. So while you're studying undergraduation, at the same time, you can enroll to many online courses. So that is called MOOCs, Massive Open Online Courses. So just you can go to Swayam. This is one of the platform available in India. In MOOCs, there are so many platforms. Swayam is one of the platform under MOOCs, Massive Open Online Courses. Any student studying in different at secondary, higher secondary, at UG level and PG level, so they can enroll into these courses. At while enrolling these courses, it is free of cost. You can go through all the classes. If you want to get certificate, just you need to take the examination. Just it is 500 rupees for the taking examination. That's all. Registration, it is free. For appearing exam, you need to pay just 500 rupees. That's all. If you, after paying 500 rupees to this course, you need to attend the examination. In Bengaluru itself, there is a center. So after, because in Swayam platform, I will show you how to enroll in Swayam platform. As I said, MOOC, the massive open online courses, massive open online courses. Massive means enrollments are unlimited and learning community can take the same course at the same time at anywhere in the world. Open. Anyone can enroll and open to all learning community at anywhere in the world. Online. Content delivered via internet and course materials is always accessible through online in convenience and flexible way. Course. A series of lectures dealing in subjects with specific time period. So in this massive platform, there are many platforms are available: edX, Coursera, Udacity, and FutureLearn. But in India, we can see Swayam. Swayam is one of the good platform for online courses. Swayam is nothing but steady webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. Swayam is a MOOC platform by the MHRD, Government of India, and all these courses are approved by MHRD. It has value because even though this course is available through online, these certificates got weightage because these courses are approved by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. You can enroll into this. Even Department of Collegiate Education is focusing more on this MOOCs courses because in last year there are 43 MOOC centers have been established under Collegiate Education, Department of Collegiate Education. In your college is also one of the MOOC center. So you can go to Swayam platform and you can enroll whatever you want to pursue. Like some of the students are doing commerce, other students are doing science or arts. So there are the courses are available from 4 weeks to 24 weeks. The duration of course from 4 weeks to 24 weeks. Just you go to Swayam and just type the keywords of related to your subject. So you can like a personality development certificate course are available, communication skills course are available, computer knowledge available. So like animation. So many courses are available in this Swayam platform. So any students can get into enrollment in this platform. Swayam. So there are 203 partnering institutes under Swayam and number of completed course in Swayam, 2,748 courses are available and number of students are enrolled, 1,25,41,900 students are enrolled in the Swayam platform. And number of students got registration in examination, it's 9,15,000 and successful certification. A number of students got success in this examination, 6,54,664. So in how to enroll in Swayam platform, register with Swayam. If just you have Google account, you can enroll into Swayam. No need to create again your user ID. If you have already Gmail account, just go to Swayam, just click on register. So you got login into the Swayam platform and discover course. That means the whatever the subject you want to do, courses in certificate courses. So you can just enter the keywords and you will get the number of courses in that particular area and click on enroll. You got login and learn to your own place and wherever you can see the classes. If you are in sitting in home, you can see the classes. See, if you take 4 weeks course or 6 weeks course or 8 weeks course, 12 weeks course, as I said, the courses are available in Swayam platform for 4 weeks to 24 weeks. Whatever course you choose, and every week there is an assignment. You need to submit the assignment. So after the course duration, there is an examination date. You need to enroll the examination and you have to appear for the examination. After completing the examination, you will get the certificate. So even the faculties can also, because nowadays the orientation programs and refresher courses, because since we are talking in the student community workshops, so I'm telling that how to enroll in the Swayam platform. So you'll get the certificates till appearing in the classes or submitting assignments. You no need to pay. Only for appearing examination, you need to pay 500 rupees. That's all. Only 500 rupees. You need to pay the this examination fee, and you will get the hall ticket, and you can appear the examination, and you will get the certificate. So now we'll show you how to enroll in Swayam platform. Just go to Google. So make use of this platform because as I said, you can get many certificates and you can also enhance your capacity. Just go to Google, type Swayam Center. So this is the Swayam home page. Here you can see the course catalog. These are the coordinators in Swayam platforms, AICTE, UGC. These are the platforms, these are the coordinators who are going to host the courses in this Swayam platform in different subjects. So here, national coordinators and all courses, you click on all courses. So nowadays, many students are getting enrollment in this Swayam platforms, are getting the certificates, because while you're going to the interviews, if you show that like I have done courses in Swayam platforms, it gives weightage to your curriculum or your profile. So there are many courses in this Swayam platforms. You can search by filter. Here the national coordinator, say I click on UGC, or you can say AICTE. If you click on UGC, all courses. So no courses found under UGC right now because ongoing and outcome. Click on AICTE. You can get into enrollment in any course. Advanced C++ like this. Because AICTE is meant for technical education. So I click on some other, I'll click all. Instead of go searching by national coordinator, just click on all. So you can see animations, Indian agriculture development, like this. And you can see research methodology and statistics. This is 16 weeks program and starts in February 15th. And the social process and behavioral issues, project analysis, a brief course and a brief introduction of microsensors. So there are so many courses are available in these Swayam platforms. You can just get into enrollment, and you need to appear classes whenever you are free. Even you can, the whole week classes, you can even attend of the week, and you need to submit the assignment. You can see here the 8 weeks program, 4 weeks program, accreditation for undergraduate engineering. So like this, you can search the courses in this Swayam platform. Advanced graph theory, advanced partial different equations. You can search directly the instead of filtering, just say personality development. So here enhancing soft skills and personality. This is the 8 weeks course, starts February 15th. The exam date 24 April 2021. Enrollment ends 15 February. So now you can enroll into this subject, this course, because personality development is very essential for you all to enhance your knowledge or enhance your skills. Because nowadays, for going interviews, even if you score 90%, if your personality skills are not up to the mark, means it is very difficult to get the job in the job market. The same way, as per your syllabus knowledge and your personality development skills, both are equal nowadays for getting the job. So in this way, you can enroll in this course, enhancing soft skills and personality. So you can enroll this course, and the classes starts on 15th of this month, and the exam date is 24, because this is 8 weeks program. So by another two months, you can get the certificate in enhancing soft skills and personality. So just you click on this course and you can get registered, and you can see all the classes and complete the assignments, weekly ones assignments, and get enrollment to the examination and appear the examination and clear the examination. You'll get the certificate on enhancing soft skills and personality. So you can enhance your personality skills by attending this kind of online courses in Swayam platforms. For getting this certificate, just you need to pay 500 rupees. At the time of registration, there is no charges. Only for taking examination, just you need to pay 500 rupees. And after completing examination, all SCST students, the 500 rupees also you will get back. So this is the advantages in Swayam platform. As I said, these courses are approved by Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. So please, all of you take this kind of opportunities and get into enroll and do the n number of certificate courses in this Swayam platform. You will find n number of courses in Swayam platforms. So again, I will go to PPT. So this is Swayam platform, and so we have gone through the e-journals, e-books, e-reports, e-thesis on online courses. And there are some consortia databases like eGnanKosh, and we have gone through EPG Pathashala, the course materials for undergraduate and postgraduate levels. So we have also discussed about how to search the information in different platforms like Google Books and those Director of Open Access Journals, EPG Pathashala, and then Swayam platforms. So in this way, you can enhance your knowledge by searching the information and by reading the content in various different platforms nowadays available as open access, except Enlist. Even Enlist also, your college got subscription. You all are got user IDs and password. So I showed that how to download the books in Enlist and how to search the articles in Enlist. So these are the databases are available in front of you, and through your mobile itself, you can access the data. Even Swayam also, you can download the Swayam app in your mobile, and you can get into registration in Swayam platforms. You can get a certificate course for each, and for science students also, there are many certificate courses. For commerce students also, there are many certificate courses in Swayam platforms. Even art students also, there are many certificate courses in Swayam platforms. As your regular course like BA, BSc, BCom, by completing your graduation, you can also have 3-4 certificates in your hand. So that gives more weightage to your biodata or your profile while going to the attending the or facing the interviews. So in this way, by all seeing this kind of resources, you can enhance your excellence in academics. So instead of only reading the materials which is related to your syllabus, you have to come out that. So you have to prepare for your livelihood, not for just preparing your completing your examination, because nowadays livelihood is very competitive. Just having 80% or 90% or 60%, that is not enough to get the job. So apart from that, you should have the competitive skills, the personality skills, the communication skills. Then only you can enter into the job market, because nowadays job market is very, very difficult. Certificate is just eligible to enter into the applying the or entering into the interview. But to pass the interview, apart from your certificate, you should have a lot of skills. Then only you can enter into the job market. So by explaining all these various databases or various platforms, I'm concluding this my session. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah. If there are questions, please share your questions. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any questions?
If anyone have any doubts, may I clear the.
See in a question in chat box, question from Narendra Babu. To everyone, please can you tell login ID and password for which enlist? Please ask your librarian. They will give you the username and password. Question from Narendra Babu that please can you tell login ID and password for enlist? So ask the librarian, you can get enlist.
Anil Kumar.
So the question by Narendra Babu, it is addressed. ID and password, you can get it from your librarian in your college. Sir, can we get solved question paper? Question from Apurva. Sir, can we get solved question papers in any website? So you can go to your college website. I hope your college library has posted all the previous question papers in your college website. Shambhugoda, your question papers is available in your college website. Chetan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then please give information to the students. So all previous question papers can be downloaded in your college website.
Sir, we have already uploaded, sir.
Okay, fine. Because the question asked by Apurva, sir, can we get solved question papers? So Apurva, so the question papers are available in your college website. You can go through that link and you can download it. Sir, one more question from Safia Sultan. Sir, can you please say once again how to search content in Google Books? Very simple. Go to Google, type Google Books, then click on Google Books. You will get search button. So you under search button, just type keywords as per syllabus requirements, just like I showed Indian economics, organic chemistry, like that. So type the keywords, you will get the book in Google Books. So no need to get into login. Just go to Google, type Google Books. Under Google Books, type the subject key keywords. So you will get the entire book. So that is question asked by Safia Sultan. Any other questions? Any other questions? May I audible?
Hello.
Yeah, may I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Actually, what about Kannada PG textbook, sir?
Ma'am, Kannada PG textbooks, because if you go to eKannaja, that is developed by Kannada Pradhikara.
eKannaja.
eKannaja.
Okay.
So you will find many books, madam, in that eKannaja. You can search by like
Thank you so much.
Kuvempu, Dara Bendra, like that. You can search by title wise, you can search by author wise. You will find many Kannada e-books in eKannaja, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, welcome, ma'am.
Yeah.
Again, Syed Rahim asked that, sir, how to get user ID and password for which? If it is enlist, please ask your librarian. You can get user ID and password for accessing the enlist database. Sir, any agriculture related platforms in e-resource? Yeah, 100%. If you go to EPJ Pathshala, agriculture also is one of the subject in EPJ Pathshala. You will find many resources in the database, or even Enlist, or even Google Scholar, or even Google Books. You will find many books related to agriculture. One more question by Apurva. Sir, user ID and password is to create by us or see, user and password is for Enlist, it is created by Enlist only. So you will get user and password. You can't create your user and password in Enlist. So you, the librarian will collect the data from your side. If that means your name and your class and all those things. So based on that, user ID is generated by Enlist, and that user ID will be provided to you from your college. Sir, about Sanskrit books. Yeah, in Sanskrit, if you go to these different platforms, you will find it, ma'am. Sir, for any Swayam we are created? Question from Apurva. Sir, for Swayam we are created. Sir, what is the, I didn't get the question. So in Swayam, just if you have Gmail ID, you can enroll into the Swayam course. As I said, the Swayam courses are available. The duration from 4 weeks to 24 weeks. As per your interest, you can get into enrollment. Like if you are interested in designing kind of like automation, like kind of animation, or some personality development or communication or computer skills, there are so many courses are available in Swayam platform. As per your interest, you can get into enrollment. And it is free of cost. Only for appearing examination, you need to pay 500 rupees and you will get the certificate after completing the examination. That examination center it is there in Bangalore only. So no need to go out of the district or out of the state. And the classes also, whenever you are free, you can attend the classes. So through your mobile only, you can register the courses in Swayam platforms. You can download the Swayam app in your mobile. Sir, for Swayam, we have created ID and password. Yeah, you can create. After creating, you need to enroll the course if you are interested. Any other questions? Okay. Swayam platform like ask Microsoft account how to create ID, sir. Yeah, it is available, ma'am. That option is available in Swayam platform. You have Microsoft account also, you can get into login. The question from Nagendra Gowda. Directly, you can create user and password in Swayam platform. Otherwise, if you have Gmail ID, you can just get into enrollment in Swayam. I request all of you, please get enrollment in Swayam platforms, because by completing your graduation, by that time you can have minimum 2-3 certificate course in Swayam platforms. So you can add into your profile or biodata. It gives more weightage for further your career development or educational development. Okay, what else?
Thank you so much, sir,
Yeah.
for your words. I'm sure that the participants will benefit from well-organized talk. Now,
Unmute, madam.
So one more
now
question. One more
I
question.
request.
As if Swayam exams are online or offline. So Swayam classes are online. You can attend the classes through your mobile app only in your mobile. But exam is offline. You need to physically attend the exam. It is in Bangalore only. Okay, please, anyone of you lead the session.
Now, I request our Honorable Principal, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Principal, Government First Grade College, Vijayanagar, Bangalore, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Good morning. Respected speaker, today's speaker, Professor Nagesh, and faculty members of the Computer Science Department of Computer Science and Library Science, and all my esteemed colleagues and dear participants. It is an excellent topic which is being chosen to deliberate in a national seminar, key sources for excellence in academics and research. Because today we have been witnessed from past 10 months, it is a kind of scenario where because of this COVID pandemic, where we are not able to log in to enter the library or enter the classrooms, and we can't able to assemble together, conduct the offline classes or offline seminars, etc., to interact and discuss about the various issues and developments which are taking place in the particular topic or in the department, and which provides pave the way for conducting webinars like this from all the departments. Likewise, the Department of Computer Science and Library Science have organized this webinar on the relevant topic to educate the students to give complete information about the available e-resources, because today, as we witnessed, along with the degree of whether it is an undergraduate or a postgraduate, the number of students are pursuing number of the Swayam courses, the MOOC courses, the massive open online courses, which are very much available. That today there is no dearth for information. Information is available and much needed. But only thing is we have to choose the necessary information which is available. And where recently we have heard that even the Bangalore University is thought of commencing courses on IoT, that is Internet of Things. And we are living in the age of artificial intelligence. And we are going to face a tough time tomorrow. We have to gear up and prepare ourselves, be competitive to face the world as such. Then only we will have a better employment opportunity for the students. If the students pursue the various Swayam courses, the MOOC courses, along with the degree, definitely they acquire the additional skills required for the job market. So this webinar, I hope it benefited a lot to all the participants, and extremely happy the way Professor Nagesh deliberated on the topic, and he gave complete insight on the topic and provided all the information required for the students to prepare for various courses. Thank you very much. Over to the organizer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I deem it my proud privilege that our college principal is a true leader. Your guidance and support leads us to achievements. Now, I call upon Arshita from 2nd BSc to propose a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. It's a great pleasure for me to render the vote of thanks. I thank Mr. Nagesh K for making his time free and being a part of this webinar, even in his busy schedule. Thank you, sir. I thank our principal, Dr. B. Chandrasekhar, sir, for being a great support and extending valuable guidance for this program. Thank you, sir. I thank Shambhu Gowda HC, sir, Department of Library, and also the Faculty of Library and Information Center, and also the organizing secretary for organizing this program. Thank you, sir. And I thank our Professor Nazia Hassan, ma'am, HOD of Department of Computer Science, and also Professor Meenakshi, ma'am, the Assistant Professor of Department of Computer Science, and all the lecturers who are present here Thank you all. And at last, I thank to wish everyone and each individual for their kind support in making this event a successful one. Thank you.
Thank you, Arshita. Where there is a will, there is a way. Best quote for this pandemic situation. If we have a thought of learning sincerely, we could be having so many ways to learn. Today's seminar was so informative and proved that there is a good way in front. Thank you. Feedback link will be posted in the chat box. Now, I request you all to switch on only your videos for the photo session. Switch on your videos. Thank you very much, one and all present here, for devoting your precious time and be a part of this event. Have a great day ahead.
Okay, thank you all.